as well. So you're getting a potent source of probiotic too. See, this is why you don't really want to heat it too much, because you want those.
Oh yes.
Julian, what you?
I put some links in the group, but I also realized I don't know if I was streaming on Restream for a while. I think I maybe started it, but then hit the start stream or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one of these, man, and get it together.
Technical glitches. Hey. Mm-hmm. Well, this is why I was asking you about the gut with the prebiotics and probiotics, is because in the health food store that I have, we sell like specific probiotic strains and combinations that help with like your mood, everything. Yeah. And so that's what I was kind of like when you were talking about the gut health and stuff like that. I was like, oh, so this has to do with the prebiotics and the number of strains.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
good on the kidney too. Seamoss is good for the kidneys.
Yeah, and this is something I just want to transition really quickly and mention is that like I don't think people realize the true value and what's the word I'm looking like Seamoss is worth a lot more than what we give it credit for.
Trust me, the guys who understand the chemistry are making billions. I told you about the cosmic industry.
Well, yeah. Well, bro.
We, the local people, don't understand the potency and the power of some of these compounds in Seamoss.
Well,
and you see, what we're out here doing, we're selling gels and stuff like that. We need to tap into the value-added products. You see, we step up the game.
Yeah.
And make a system food.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to eat the gel. We can use the gel and carry our medicine.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we can create.
Woo! Talk that shit. Come on now.
Well, the next level.
But man, bro, nah, my bad, yo. I gotta hop on after what you just said, bro. That's that real shit. I be waiting to see if we gonna talk about certain shit, bro. Like that drug delivery aspect of the Seamoss is a $1 billion industry when we talk about biomedical. Bro, when you mention the blood-brain barrier, the whole point of a blood-brain barrier is that everything can do it. So when we talk about Seamoss,
you can go up there.
Talk that shit.
It's another level. I make Seamoss gel with tea tree oil, castor oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
I make a lotion real quick, see?
Mm-hmm.
I hear product real quick. And see when I put that into my head, in a couple of seconds I can feel tea tree oil in my eye.
Mm-hmm.
And the castor oil, Seamoss will pull these things through quickly and take off these toxins, these acids out of the eye and out the retina and all these different organs. Seamoss is a powerful vehicle, nano level, because of those polysaccharides. Those guys don't play with them.
Mm-hmm.
So on that level, this is really I just say words like Seamoss gel so people know what I'm talking about. Now that everyone knows I'm talking about Seamoss gel, we on this level of the conversation. Words like that and this conversation I need to be used talking about algae matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start dealing with multiple algae and the different polysaccharides and multiple different algae, you're talking about taking the drug delivery effect of multiple algae layering on top of one another. And now what else do you do to that? Because when you know that, the algae is level 1. Level 2 is what else is there.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. And that's what it is to Seamoss caviar. Which is like designer Seamoss gel, where this is made for this, this is made for this, and it's bioavailable because it's fiber matrix.
Yes, John. Yes. So you almost sound like you make something like a next level of a thing that they call E3 Life.
Yeah.
E3 Life, check out that thing, man, where they package some of the most potent microorganisms.
Okay.
Yeah, algae, blue-green algae, all these powerful packages. That's one of the most super food of all the superfoods out there.
Mm-hmm.
Foods of the gods.
What was that again?
E3 Life.
Okay.
E3 Life.
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm definitely looking. Any people
They've been watching videos.
Do any of y'all have questions or anything y'all want us to talk about?
Y'all know I definitely
don't do stuff like this often.
Some questions for sure. Any questions about Seamoss, we should be able to handle it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
But thanks, bro. We tapped in, but we glad you hopped in here, bro, because
thanks, bro. It's a pleasure.
I be wanting to come across more
individuals that study it. That's what made me
get like shit talking about the shit, because I thought I had a friend. You know what I'm saying?
The community, and I was like, oh shit, they really got it. And then I was like, oh,
they fucking around.
Hey, Patrick, look at myself. Where you at?
Chicago.
So guess what? Let us team up and do some power things. Let us build a course together.
Let's
tap in.
Let's build a Seamoss basic course and then we'll build an advanced course.
God is good.
Hey, bro.
Right?
So wait.
We're going to connect with hold on.
You're the scholar show, right?
Yeah, I'm the scholar show too. See? I'm going to connect with me, man. I'm going to show you. That's you, Kevin?
Yeah, Kelvin.
Yeah.
But
alright, I'm going to connect with you. Don't say a word. We're going to build a course together. And I was telling you in a solution key.
yes.
I was telling you once, because I joined once and I said, let us build this Seamoss conference.
Yeah. Okay, I remember the conference. We were talking about the conference before. Yes.
Just put it there. So you see your energy, Kelvin? I am feeling you, bro.
Well, I even think that this was like God's plan. Listen, bro, I have goosebumps because I just want to interrupt to kind of state something here about manifesting. Kevin, I remember you telling me, Kevin, you wanted to build a course.
Hey, hold on, wait. You got to throw the L on there for the Kelvin, bro. I don't want people getting confused.
Sorry, Kelvin. Sorry.
You good, Julien? You good? Keep
it wasn't intentional. But my point is that you were trying to say, like, we need to educate. We need, like, bro, you guys have to team up. You have to. Please.
That's the same energy that I've been pushing to, so it's the right time.
Okay. I'm right back, and we're gonna continue that. I literally been working on the course, so.
Well, yeah. While you do that,
I started something too, so.
So the Seamoss Organic has a question here. What is the actual difference in minerals between purple and gold, and how effective is the purple instead of the gold?
So in essence, when we look at mineral content of Seamoss, we have to bear in mind that the nutritional quality varies with environment, geographic location, post-harvest handling, also processing. All these things influence the mineral content. This is why it's hard to label Seamoss gel and say, this is what is in it, and be accurate all the time.
Yeah.
Because it varies. Something is a living organism that changes weight and volume depending on the environment in which it is. It's like that. But what you can say for sure is that purple will be more mineral pigment dense compared to a gold, which is more mucilage producing. See? But you will get definitely more pigment from the colored form. Because you're getting more pigments, you can say you're getting more nutrition. Because you're getting the minerals plus the phytochemicals and the photochemicals and all these other compounds. fibers.
I can't name it on the end, but
I'm somebody who's heavy on pigment
because I believe
that the pigments in the body are really doing the real immunity work.
So it's
highly important to get those pigments to make sure that
without
getting into too much nerve stuff.
To make sure that the electricity
Through the body is running properly.
make sure that
You
know what I'm saying. Make sure that
Shout out to Light Body Herbals.
it is.
So that is what you must say. The antioxidants, they carry electrons.
Yeah.
Photons. You see? Light information. So you definitely need that in the immune system, especially when you want to lower the cytokine storm.
Talk like that.
Immune system.
Sir.
Yeah. Right. And calm the different, So definitely pigments are A1. And they carry oxygen too. We can, if I don't see the colors, I'm not really encouraged. You know what I mean? The rainbow energy.
And in addition to that,
just on a single mineral, mineral that everyone expects to get from Seamoss. And of course, there's the conversation of getting.
If you get
the right species, that's not really an issue.
Based on
who made it.
Now,
yeah.
I gotta bring it back.
Not even on top. Second that, but
yeah. So the main thing that I was trying to get to is
let me turn this down.
Yeah. Woo!
Julien, we can close. We can close this.
Seamoss powder, yeah. So this is the purple.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is the gold.
We could make some capsules from this too.
Yeah.
This is
gold. It's really fine too. I should go and grab a spoon and show you guys. These guys in the St. Lucia are making the powder. It is like talcum powder. Like you got to be careful when you open up the bag because the dust is so light, it flows everywhere.
So what I was saying, bro, in regards to the pigment and oxidized as
Christmas undergoes more stress in the form of pigment oxidation and actually reduces iodine band-aid for a situation. So
what happens
is
those
Seamosses that are diluted in the pigment,
boss,
which is usually for more.
Less iodine.
Specifically, which again is the whole reason why a lot of people are even going to the Seamoss, especially when you look at the pregnant mothers who are going to get the Seamoss, right? I think about them because their thyroid is working 50% harder to help develop the bones, the muscles, the neurons of the baby.
Right, those
thyroid hormones is going to be 50% more in those while she's pregnant. So somebody going to get the iodine from the Seamoss to feed that process. Now getting something that is not doing that really at all.
Well, what you have to do is put it into context too, because that person might be having less in that Seamoss but eating more of the Seamoss. If he's eating more of the Seamoss, it might can make up for the daily intake.
Yeah,
they gotta eat more than Seamoss.
Right, that is it.
Unless it's people like they don't even know themselves. So how can you
teach something you don't know? You in the dark and you try to teach.
And then we got guys like me.
What you were saying about the chemistry of when the pigmented compounds break down, iodine also get reduced. But that is a photochemical reaction that is taking place. In the presence of light, iodine will oxidize itself too.
Mm-hmm.
So iodine will disappear if you have the Seamoss too long up there in the sun, just the same drying it. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the nature of it. So some compounds will go when you apply certain external conditions to it. So it's good to treat it. Post-harvest handling is very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that whole process
of the
dissipation of iodine when the algae is stressed actually contributes to the mist that we see over a lot of the waters. Which I found to be extremely today.
The mist? What did you say?
Oftentimes on the coast,
the mist generates over some waters, especially in the cold Atlantic waters. The algae getting oxidized, dealing with stress, causes it to release that iodine, and that can actually contribute to the atmospheric mist.
Oh.
Bromide move faster though. Bromide it also evaporates. It evaporates a lot on the beach from sun.
So you see how you guys are talking about bromide, iodine, polysaccharides. This is what I'm talking about. Like this, like we're almost underselling. I own a health food store, right? And we sell like a product from this company called NFH, and it's polysaccharides. And people will pay like $60 for this container of powdered polysaccharides.
Yeah,
I believe that. They pay more than that.
Like I said, the polysaccharides are the thing, you know?
So even the GABA you're talking about, the GABA, we sell that over. That's just expensive. The iodine solution, you know, a dish of iodine, and it's like $80-$60. So like you were saying, like we need to stop arguing about the little stuff and focus more on the knowledge. So that these
I don't see the little stuff still. I don't put the emphasis on the little stuff. I see people getting good results from the Seamoss still. We just want to be sure we help the people not to eat contaminated Seamoss and fake Seamoss. If we can help the people as much as possible, not to eat Seamoss with that is high in lead, high in arsenic, you know? And that's when you will see the system coming down on us. You know?
But here's the thing too. We need to start valuing this product more. Because you can't afford to get the test done and all that shit and the heavy metals if people are expecting to pay $6 a pound for this.
So, I mean, again, you see this thing that we're doing, King? This is where we can do something like this and establish our own research lab. You see, as a group, that's why I said when we have conference, if we have a conference, together at the conference, we can advocate and fund our own research lab, so where we can continuously do water sampling measurements, you see, or get them subsidized by some other labs that we are in good partnership with. Continuous measurement is important, soil sampling, water testing, you see, and product testing. We will have to have our own labs or have strong partnership with an established lab.
Yeah.
Yes, these guys recognize, but we need to make continuous measurement.
Well, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I do agree, like that we need to kind of like team up. Like the industry as a whole needs to get together and start testing the Seamoss more or working. But we need to start paying like the true value of this product. Do you know what I mean?
So when we start doing that, this is where you're going to can add new information to your label about the quality, and this is where you can.
That's true.
There needs to be an industry that you talk about. It needs to be a farmer one. Industry. There's a seaweed industry, especially in China and all these places. It's a Seamoss industry.
Yep. A proper one.
Yes. So we need to have this conference where we look at the research, where we look at the business, you know, the direction, where we look at the finance, where we look at the next step.
I agree. I think one of the key things is we need to have more people having an open mind and more to learning, because I find some of the challenges. Some of the challenges is that people want to act like they're the only ones that know everything. You know what I mean? And like here I am. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. There's so much you guys have, and I've never complained to know everything. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm always doing these live streams.
street. Yes,
Oklahoma.
where we look at the resurrection. When we start looking at the next step. You know, things is we need to have more people have information to the point where they're comfortable. So they said, let me try it. So where they said,
Yeah. That's true. And I think if more people were to seek out the information, they would be able to sell their product better. You know what I mean?
So you see, Sir Kelvin, this is where we can take on state to state.
Yeah. Yo, my bad. My Wi-Fi. I have my shut off. It's back on now.
Yeah. This is where we can take on some workshops. You see, and move from state to state.
I'll tell you this: if you guys put the workshop together, I'll help you guys promote it. You know what I mean? Like I would create a space so that you can create awareness so that people can, you know what I mean, hear about it and learn about it and sign up about it. Because I think if more people know about it, then you know what I mean? You get the ball rolling.
That's right. That's like people keep repeating the lies and the information. You know when somebody don't really know much about Seamoss, the first thing it has 92 million. Like wait. What the species you have? What's the species you're working with?
Yeah, species.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. When the first thing that you hear, oh, what type of Seamoss you got? Full spectrum, bruh. Let's stop the conversation right now. What does that even mean? That's all one species. That's one species at different levels of oxidation, bro.
Listen, full spectrum came from a team, I believe a team Pierre, and he coined it back in 2020, and I use it too, because it's an easy way to market the product of what it is. It's a full spectrum of colors. Yeah.
I love my people.
Hey, we come up with some shit.
Yes, Irish from Ireland, you know. I know one of the misconceptions is that in Jamaica, we call it the actual Seamoss. We call it Irish mash in Jamaica.
That's facts. And I know that. So it's some stuff you just gotta leave alone. That's just culture.
No, we have to fix it. We can't pass down this mountain of misinformation to the
yeah. No, I feel you, but that's where I begin to agree with Julien, because I don't like messing with people's culture. Especially, I'm not from there. So I'm riding on your back. So if you say we doing it, I'm shooting with you, bro. Let's do it.
We shift the paradigm.
I'm with it. I'm with the shit.
Irish mash came from Ireland, of course. And the eastern coast of Europe, these guys used to use even Irish mash to make mattress and RC materials and all these other things.
Yeah.
It was a food for animals first.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start eating this thing in regional Caribbean through slavery time too.
Yo, little do people know the best research on chondrus crispus mineral composition comes from animal feed research.
Animal feed research, yeah, that's where it started.
Yep.
That's where it started out. It was a potent animal feed, and that is what we said, oh, we need to eat this thing too. It's a superfood. Yeah. Animals were growing so much. Strong. Yes.
That's what's up. How big was the Irish invasion in Jamaica?
Oh, you still have a lot of Irish in Jamaica until now. Myself, Irish blood inside, and many Jamaicans have Irish blood in them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that thing, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's what's up, y'all. I'm literally like, it's crazy that y'all bring this up. And of course, I'm gonna talk to my lady about it afterwards. But it's just like, I was literally just looking at my course, my outline for my course, and it's just wow, dog, because I'm like, yo, I haven't looked at this course material in like 2 or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, the day that I look at it, we get to talking like this and bring this up. Look, I came on here, I told my girl, I was like, look, Julien might get roasted today. I might come from my man's head today. But
never. I know you've been trying, but never.
I appreciate that.
Real talk, it turned into something beautiful, so I appreciate that.
So the Irish didn't really invade Jamaica, you know. They came to Jamaica as indentured laborers, and some of them were running away from the prostitution in Ireland. So they took this little one-way ticket and they to the Caribbean, you know. So they are going to look for better life. So they came there, you know, run away from persecution from their land. So they came there, you know, run away from persecution from their land. Some just came to Caribbean as indentured laborer, free women in Jamaica. Populate among the population, and you know, Jamaicans exchanged the Irish. So they sound a lot. We have many similarities. A lot of Irish still in Jamaica today. And Germans too.
So did they come to Jamaica at the same time they went to places like Boston?
To where?
To places like Boston. Because from my understanding, like half of Ireland fled.
Yes, it was after 1830.
They were all moved around like slaves, right? Because the Irish were slaves.
So they, in their land, they want to enslave them in their land. So some of them run away this side of the west.
Oh, I thought they like whatever the slave owners brought those guys to Jamaica to work with the other slaves.
No, by the time they came to Jamaica, slavery was already abolished. They were Indians were coming. Every other people were coming as injured workers at that time.
That's a crazy move to like sail all the way from Ireland to fucking Jamaica.
It was a one day you were getting a very imagine it was like people coming into your country and giving you work programs. It was like that. You were getting work programs and they said, hey, you can go to the Caribbean and you can make money and buy lands and send for your family or come back. It was something like that they were sold. Even the Indians were sold that line too. That's why they all came this side. With that lie. And the Indians came and they took on the work that we were doing. And the sun was killing them. Everything they couldn't endure. None of them couldn't endure the pressure.
But look at them now, because most of the Indians own all
the way to China. So let me set up my shop and do the haberdashery. I might do this. They couldn't maintain.
Let me ask you about this on that note. On the sun damaging rules. There's a guy in Tanzania by the name of Reese, who I'm actually a big fan of. I think he's like, I told my girl that I think he's the Eminem Moss. And he's in Tanzania. He drinks a lot of water. My mind goes, Seamoss might go storing like amino acids in the phycobilis, allow the algae to essentially digest that heavy light burden. I have to wonder, and I love to see what you think about this, because I don't have a true stand, but I have to wonder if those molecules in that coconut water helped this guy or helps this guy skin himself and have healthy skin as a white man living in Tanzania. And you just brought that out of my mind by sharing that.
I believe it. This here I'm drinking, this is pure coconut water. You guys gotta look out for this name. They're coming to the States. Pure Bliss.
Okay.
These guys, have you heard of them?
First I'm seeing it.
Okay, so these guys, they go out and they harvest the coconut and they bottle it right immediately. As soon as they stick a coconut and then they flash freeze it. And then they ship it. So when I get the coconut water, it's frozen. I have to defrost it. And I have to drink it within like 5 days.
It's frozen. I have to defrost it.
And trust me.
Oh damn.
That's what I'm, bro. This stuff is the real.
So you getting good times.
It is like, yeah, I could be hungover and drink this, and I'm like brand new.
Yeah, I could be hungover like this, and I'm like brand new.
It's those electrolytes.
Gatorade.
Yes.
That's what they copy. Coconut water to make Gatorade, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it tastes like the real, like a fresh coconut, not like a sweet sauce or anything like that.
I think it was. I think it was like World War I or World War II where they were using coconut to blood that was lost by the soldiers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never knew about that. That's sad.
You see, it's electrolytes, man. Electrolytes, man. That generate electricity. You know the coconut water. You know the coconut water free and rich. But it's the side chain. You see, it's current you're drinking, right?
I believe it. It's the life force of the plant.
And then coconut grows so far up to the sun. It contains so much
hold on a second.
Inside of it. It is so electric.
Is that Nimrod?
Seamoss
for life. So he says there need a segment of people what farming is and it's perfect.
Seamoss for life.
In St.
So
Lucia.
he says there need a segment of people what
So
farming
I'm gonna
is
see
and
if I can bring this guy on. If I can, this is gonna be awesome.
So we can bring
because
this guy on.
one of the biggest guys in the Seamoss industry is a guy named Nimrod. And he has this is some guy, Derek B. Anyway, I got excited because I thought it was this guy I know in St. Lucia who knows a lot about Seamoss, and you know what I mean? It would be cool to have him on as a group to share his sort of. Because see, it's one thing to talk about, this and that, but it's different when you're on the ground. You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys on the ground, and they see that was the main thing that made me want to come out and spread out information and truth. When I was in St. Lucia, I would have guys come up to me and be like, "Do you know so and so?" And I'd be like, "No." He's like, "Well, that guy is saying this about Seamoss and that about Seamoss, and he doesn't know about Seamoss. You go tell him about." I don't even know who. They're acting like I'm best friends with the guy when he's like some random guy in the States. You know what I mean? And so I realized that these guys are all watching. You know what I mean? And they're seeing how we are. And you have to kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? You can't be spewing your bullshit. You know what I mean? At least for me, because when they see me on the street on the island, they'll pull me aside and be like, "Hey," because a lot of people know me.
I realize that guys are all watching us. You know what I mean? And they're seeing how we are. And you have what's the
GMP, good manufacturing practices. Good agricultural practices.
I've heard of good manufacturing Yeah, I've heard of good manufacturing process.
Looking for you can't be spewing bullshit.
I think it's coming. But they do kind of like not regulate it, but you know what I mean? There are certain standards in the industrial level.
Safe and GMP manufacturing practices. Good agricultural practices. I understand that. Yeah, I think about it. The other day they recognize the nutritional profile of Seamoss.
Personally, I see it as an opportunity for individuals to set themselves up early, who position themselves. Because what people think with the FDA getting involved, the FDA is going to ban Seamoss.
They can't.
No.
It's not even possible to ban the food.
what they will do is use the information that we have and the data that we make available to help to regulate the market.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't get a proper grip on it from grounds up, they monetize this thing from top down, and we don't have no power.
Mm-hmm.
See? So we must be very mindful of the information that we share and the data that we have making available. They are using this thing. That's why when we talk about farming the Seamoss, where the Seamoss is growing, very, very important. You see? Yes, because the talk of heavy metal will be there at this point.
So,
and where the heavy metal is, that is where the environment is contaminated. That's the area where the can have the Seamoss and harvested and being grown.
Sure. Same thing. If you farming a potato, you don't want bad soil.
But no, people are aware of that. Some people are aware that they just take up news. Some people just, hey, why not? They just put it on. Some people know the type of Seamoss that they are harvesting. Come on, man. You can't just have everybody taking up Seamoss and coming back and selling people. So you need some sort of control, man. Come on.
that's true. Listen, in St. Lucia, there's a lot of farmers that don't know the name of the species. They'll just be like, it's Seamoss. What are you talking about?
So that little course would be good for people like us now to can provide that practical identification and during the training. You see? Because we have to work with them and they work with us. They might be good in the field.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to find the information theoretically now to match it together.
Mm-hmm.
And together we're learning just the same. That's why we said a conference would be good.
Yeah.
This is where we will chop up all of this thing and
because also too, where is authority drawn? If not from some sort of conference in.
Well, listen.
As it stands, the person with the most followers is the authority. And when it comes to Seamoss, that's dangerous.
no, we can't do it like
people
that.
with the most followers, I ain't gonna name no names today, boy.
No, it's not about with the followers, man. The same people with the followers don't know the basic things about Seamoss. The people with the following just make money.
Yeah. They just care about the numbers.
You know, this thing was trending, but they don't have the knowledge or the substance. I know this.
Mm-hmm. Many of them don't. Many of them don't care.
We here talking about this. It is us that really see the substance and the need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You see? So we don't want the following, man. We want connections. That's what we need.
So, hey, I just want to, before we get into another topic, I just want to share with, who I think is Nimrod, but Seamoss for Life. He's saying they use the word fake too much. He says, yeah, they talked about the FDA down here, and they were asking to check places that are producing and storing Seamoss. They also wanted to know who the suppliers are. Yeah, a few months ago, there was a lot of rumors going around St. Lucia where they were saying that the FDA was coming and they're going to come in. But I think they're just more about kind of like making sure that we're doing the good manufacturing projects.
So that's what we're talking about.
Practices.
You know, the good manufacturing practices, the good agricultural practices.
Yeah.
You know, the post-harvest handling practices.
Yes. And so sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say, for our company, we do apply as much good manufacturing process as we possibly can. Sometimes it's hard on that island, you know what I mean? There's certain situations, but, you know, like I said, we do, what do they call it? Batch numbers. Like we know, like I can tell you which box, like you could give me a box and I could tell you where that farmer came from, who harvested, what time it came in, all those kind of details.
Right, like they should have their drying time for the specific species, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what water content, percentage water content will be in it, and what is allowed to be in it, you know what I mean, to prevent mold.
Yeah. See, that's something though, we do, so the percentage is more like a touchy feel, and there's no way to check, whatchamacallit, the exact percentage. Oh, this is Derek from Philly.
Just measure it based on mold formation. As long as you can maintain mold formation, use that as a guide.
Yeah.
See? Probably the mold formation is when it's at 20% water.
Yeah.
I get this thing as much as low as 10%. So it's safe out of that mold formation zone, for example.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of the fake Seamoss is in.
Important. And you have things called critical control points in your operation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These are the important points, just like what we said a while ago about the percentage water to prevent mold.
Yeah.
And mold can cause death.
That's a fact. Actually, I've experienced some moldy Seamoss myself.
So you see?
And it was all about the water content just not being.
That's it.
But hey, and that's something that people should know when you're looking for that I don't want to say fake Seamoss, but the industrial, what I would call industrial Seamoss, that's usually at like 35%.
You see the fake Seamoss, when it's going moldy, it goes straight through the thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It can go right through the gel. Because it's not a really true gel.
Yeah.
You see?
It's not a
full. You see the real Seamoss, if it's go moldy, it's only on the first little tiny layer at the top.
That's true. Yeah.
And it won't penetrate, you see? Because see the real Seamoss, when it mixes with water, it creates a structure that lock out oxygen and everything else, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So microbes cannot penetrate it. It will never penetrate it.
Y'all want to see something interesting? So I like to do little experiments.
Yes.
And so this is a jar of Seamoss gel. I use several different species. The main one being Chondrus crispus. This Chondrus crispus that I use is from New England.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this Chondrus crispus gel that I allowed to sit on the table for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so beautiful how it separates and it still like clumps together as a gel.
Oh, that's it?
This is a gel that's been sitting here for a week. Yeah, on the table.
So what is that?
Huh?
That's not a gel, man.
That's been sitting here for a week. It's not a gel no more. Hell no.
So what's fake Seamoss? Even full-grown Seamoss comes from a piece of actual Seamoss. He's saying what's fake Seamoss. I don't think there's such thing. By definition, it can't be fake. It's just shitty Seamoss.
I don't think there's such thing like by definition.
They make Seamoss in pools, they grow Seamoss in different places.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it.
I mean, no man, if you look, you almost like you can cotton these guys down into the lab. They make a lot of variety that produce a lot of grow Seamoss in different places. And those are the fake ones. No man, you see, if you look,
it's still real.
Of things like Yukima,
it's not naturally derived.
Those are some GMOs.
Yeah, there's GMO. Well, I know that
I'm not gonna say that there's a such thing as fake Seamoss. I use the term industrial moss because a lot of these individuals harvesting or growing or creating Seamoss for the purposes of people consuming it for nutrition. Be harvesting it or creating it for the purpose of biochemically extracting the carrageenan or whatever polysaccharide, whatever is in there, just for the purposes of making some type of tissue replacement or some type of industrial product. So with that going on, I don't really think that it's an issue for the so-called fake Seamoss or farmed or industrial Seamoss or what have you. I think it's upon the individual who is making Seamoss gels and saying that they can help you nutritionally. I think it's up to that person to know exactly what type of algae, if it's industrial or if it's nutritious. And they should make sure they get the right shit.
I like that. You see, what about the guy that grew it in the pool? Is it industry too?
Well, I don't know who's his clientele. Is his clientele?
The ones that are growing in the pool in the backyard.
But who's growing? No one's growing Seamoss in the pool in the backyard.
Huh?
No one's growing Seamoss in the pool in the backyard.
Google it. Go on YouTube and put this.
I have.
Put in pool grown Seamoss.
I have. And no one's growing it in the pool. You see it in the actual pool.
People growing it in the pool, man.
I'm doing it right now.
I ain't saying not growing in the pool. I it's hard for me to say. I will say is that it's not authentic. It's not original. It's not original. It's not what I want. I'm not buying it.
Yo, this is just like they have GMO corn of different variety. They have that for Seamoss too. It's amazing what the Chinese have done. No joke. Yeah. Into the literature and I see these gone into the thing and start to modify this thing and have a lot of culture. Wow.
Well, there's already, like, you know this to be true. So in the Philippines, I forget the name of the particular island. The Philippines, there's a particular region that produces or 57% energy that comes from the Philippines in general, and this is a huge aspect of their GDP and their economic health. This one particular island, makes so much fucking algae that it makes no sense. But what they started to do was started to add fertilizer, and when they add fertilizers to the water, this caused an effect. It caused algae to not grow if they did use the fertilizer. So what happened from that is they went and worked scientists at the colleges in a particular area to genetically modify the algae, the seaweed that they were growing, to be resistant to diseases and things without the fertilizer. So this is on the market right now.
It's a big thing. These guys got started looking at the continuum of different Seamoss already. Do with the Seamoss already. They got into that now.
Yeah.
They started.
And the genes in this, that's a whole nother level things. But turning off the inflammasomes and all that shit.
They do a lot of research. That's what I'm saying. We need a concept to put on. That's what I'm saying. We need a concept that they have out there. All these research. We need to start down at some conference. We need to start discussing them. We need to have a day where we make all type of some conference, man. We need to start discussing them. We need to have a day where we make all type of product with Seamoss. Come on, industry, man. We don't leader in disrespect. We don't have a tea. We don't have a real body.
Well, let's build one.
It's a grading system to determine what is bad and what is
really need to is a grading system. The grading system to determine what is bad and what is good, and what is great Seamoss. I really at this point I have no idea how to establish that.
So would you say a great Seamoss produce a great job?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But that's only one level of it, right? It's how did you prepare it? What else is in that? Is it only Seamoss? Right.
Oh, so
you know what I'm saying?
What is the percentage of Seamoss?
You know what I mean?
That's something that doesn't get talked a lot. What is the percent? Because I talk to a lot of Seamoss makers, gel makers, and sometimes it comes up like the ratio that they use. And I know guys that are using like 1 ounce to make 16 ounces, and I know guys that are making 1 ounce to make 32 ounces. Big difference. Almost double the amount.
Yeah.
No, 1 ounce makes 32 ounces of gel. That's what he told me. Like when he makes his recipe. I know other people that use 1 ounce dry to make 16 ounces of gel. Now, you know what I mean? When you spread it out twice, like there's half as much as there is on the other one. So
I just think it should be at least. You should be able to when you face and Secretary Jenny should be able to do this and it doesn't run out.
Yeah, and it still does it. It will still lock. Listen, even at twice the amount, you can still lock up.
Yeah. And it should not be so thick, you know, that it's
but
it's so hard with the dry either. You want to be able to take a spoon and you get a nice mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's not too thick and hard to swallow. Good.
I agree.
need that thing to shake like jelly or some fat booty.
So I think I think there needs to be some disclosure on the gel.
When you take your spoonful, it should just melt away in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. But I think there should also be on the exporters level, like on the sellers level, there needs to be a grading system on the quality of the Seamoss, because there's Seamoss that I see for one price, and there's like other like I don't want to explain. It's like there's guys that will come to me and want to pay $8 for something and expect it to be the same quality as something I sell for 20. And they'll be like, oh, well, this guy sold me Seamoss for $8. And I'm like, well, let me see the Seamoss he sold you. And it's like garbage. Do you know what I'm saying? So
that only change, like I said, that can only change if we have a conference meeting and we as a body decide on this thing. I know one person can read or two person, and we cannot allow it.
Well, we need to start forming the framework. And even as a conference, like, we don't have to meet all in person right away. Let's do it on Zoom. And even just find a bunch of people together to kind of say, hey, who's interested in this sort of space and being a part of it? Because, for example, I'm a beekeeper, right? And I'm a part of some large organizations in Toronto. I'm actually on the board of directors for a group called the Toronto Beekeepers Collective. And so, you know what I mean? That's what we kind of need to have, is this kind of like a board of directors and stuff where we meet and we discuss the policies and stuff, and then we bring it to our membership to kind of say. And you know, that could be part of an education aspect. It can be part of business aspect, grading, understanding what the products is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to sort of build on that if you guys want, and maybe you guys can help with the educational component.
Part of the course too.
Mm-hmm.
You see, shape with that part of it. That could be a nice piece. You know, at the advanced level, you know, the advanced part of the course.
Yeah.
But you see that conference, we need to get serious about it and form a committee and start from, we said, the Zoom.
Yeah, let's even
interested, get some of the ICC in the groups, look like that person is interested too. Let's get some people, you know, until we form a small little group and we start planning the next conference meeting and just tell everybody who sells Seamoss. Come and listen, come and join. Yeah? Yeah. And we put a 3-day conference, you know what I mean? We put together a package. They purchase the package. For the first day we come, we do the drilling. Well, let's make some time to do it, because honestly, I can bring in some pretty heavy people, like big buyers of Seamoss, and because, you know, I mean, not just the people that buy from me, but I'm friends with a lot of people in the industry. Yeah. So it's a thing that you can see what I'm talking about, Kelvin. Real proper formal contracts. That's really important.
This has been my thought process for years. I just never find individuals that can hold these conversations.
God finds them for you.
So we Julien, because even though I talk shit, Julien is the connection.
But listen, bro, I just work through God.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's not, you're doing something weird,
yeah, thank you. But I can't take the credit, because honestly, bro, like, from my heart, I know I'm working through God. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm living the righteous and God's principles. That's why I'm bringing everybody together. And I think, like, God works in mysterious ways. Just like you chose to, like, find his, like, we would never have met otherwise. Think about that.
It's a Seamoss joining us together. No.
It's God putting us together.
Yeah. Like Cuban link polysaccharide.
Yeah.
Hey, Seamoss for life. I hear you. A lot of people don't have knowledge. You should hear me talk when I'm not on live. I've been being nice because I'm on live and stuff, but no, niggas don't read. So we'll leave it another day. But here's the thing: they don't have to know anything because we know, you know, and we're here to share that information. So they can bring whatever they bring to the table, as long as they bring their listening ears and ready to learn something. You know what I mean? They don't have to be the ones that have all the knowledge.
Listen, why don't we start trying to even just start with us meeting bi-weekly to do another live stream like this? Because and from there we'll form like a mastermind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then we can build off on that to get into the groups and stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. And then and it'll take a couple weeks to get momentum, but I think if we start meeting, maybe not every week, but every other week or once a month, and we kind of are like a little prepared to what we want to talk about, like this could be forming the foundation of the educational pieces on which you can use to I guess experiment or to kind of figure out how you want the course to be. Do you know what I mean? Like we start talking on information, you guys start taking notes, we start presenting the stuff, and it just flows. And you can even use some of these videos when we're talking as content for that stuff.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we just got to get together and make a commitment to meet, and it will fall into place.
It's needed.
Yeah.
So say those guys Seamoss, you have WhatsApp where you use WhatsApp? Me? Say those guys Seamoss.
Yeah, I have WhatsApp.
What about you, Kevin? You WhatsApp too?
Yeah.
So at least we can,
Yeah, and
right here first,
And the other person on the line, that's Derek. He was Seamoss for life.
Seamoss for life. Philly.
Was good.
It was good. We feel like you have some energy, like you put some of the same energy we're dealing with too. You see me, Tech. Somebody said me.
I've been like it's like let me turn the light on.
That's the energy.
It's real tedious. Like you talk to people and try to give them the right information, and they always fight because they think that what they're saying is right because people repeating the same bullshit all day, every day. I go through it all the time. Watch all these people selling Seamoss. I've been doing it since 2017, so learned a lot from a lot of different people. Like the bullshit, I done had shit from China that was awful. We went through the ringer, you know what I'm saying? So it was like trial and error. Start doing your research, start reading the science, the breakdown of it, and what's in it. Because when I learned that 92 out of 102 shit was bullshit, I took it off every business card I had.
Hell yeah.
I took it off every business card I had, revised that. I got a couple of marine biologists I know, right? Mm-hmm. So what I had them do, they get the plan analysis for all that different stuff. And I was like, well, none of that shit is in here. Like, people running with the kindest Christmas, Irish Moss. Dr. Sabi said, go get, I said, and I asked people, I said, yo, find me one video where Dr. Sabi told somebody to go to Ireland and get some Irish Moss. Just show me one. He mentioned kindness Christmas, yes, but he didn't show you kindness Christmas. Mm-hmm. He showed you Gracilaria. And people don't get that.
They don't want to get that.
You get caught up in hearing something, but you're not watching what he's showing you. And I got videos from Usha Village from 2016 where you see they preparing the food for the people, and they show the pot of the moss. It's not that stuff from Ireland or Maine or wherever. And I talked to, this is so much bullshit.
And listen, you forgot one thing. They're boiling it.
And they boil it, yeah.
That's the one thing people, because people swear up and down, oh, don't boil it. I'm like, well, they do it in Oyster Village. My dad does it, and he swears on TV.
All my islanders
in Jamaica, we boil it too.
Yeah, they boil it. Yeah,
everybody, any farmer I talk to, he would tell me, like, oh, so when you boil it,
I don't boil it. In my process, I don't boil it because I understand more of the chemistry.
Well, not boil it, but you gotta heat it.
Heat it.
Yeah, maybe you could boil it, but you don't actually swallow it.
Like I said, if there's something called gelation temperature.
Yeah.
And every species has a gelation temperature.
So what temperature do you think is best when you heating it up?
If you keep it between 60 and 66 degrees Celsius, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just blend mine.
That's fine too. When you blend it, and when you blend it, make sure it sits for 24 hours for sure.
I blend it. But yeah, I mean, like, I almost said the wrong person, but the Moss boss, he sent me this link. But I know I talked to Julien. I told you before on the phone, Julien. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
But definitely, I kept telling people it's a platform that need to be had, and people need to understand you can't keep repeating the same bullshit. You following people because they got a bunch of followers and people go on there and want to get a testimony because they be lying about shit just to be on there and seen. And it's like it's so much. I tell people you need to learn what farming is. You need to learn the aspects and the reason for it. You can't call something fake that comes from the same plant that's in the water. You can't call it fake. You can't say it don't have the same minerals because it do. It's in the same habitat. Now, if you take it from the habitat like pool grown, then you got a different story. You got a different story.
So, I don't understand how people see my spoiling though.
They spoil because they.
Even in jail, I hear people say they see my shit spoiled.
Whoever
I don't understand how.
Whoever making it, they doing something wrong.
Well, listen, if you blend it and you don't boil it, it will spoil. But if you heat it shouldn't spoil quickly. Because my dad used it on the counter for like 2-3 days after eating. And I'm looking at it like, I'm like, Dad, you can put that in the fridge? He's like, for what? What do you mean? Ready. All I just need to do is add the cream to it. Then when he adds the cream, he'll put it in the fridge. But on the thing, he'll leave it on the counter, on the stove. Because the cream got the sweet, got sugar in it? Well, the cream goes sour, right? Milk goes sour. Yeah, because they was talking about, you can't put fruit in the Seamoss because it's going to ferment. First of all, it ain't going to ferment if it's 36, 38 degrees. It's not going to ferment at all. They think he turned it later.
Yeah, nah. I can't co-sign none of this conversation. Hey, everybody watching this, I can't co-sign y'all.
Yeah, even if the ferment's a little, so what? You should be eating Seamoss fast.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. How long it lasts? If you got Seamoss, why you wait? Why you stressing it out for months?
Look at that. You drink the whole jar.
How long it take you to eat it? Stop bullshitting. You get a brand new bottle, eat it. Start eating it today. Eat it tomorrow. Eat it next day. It gonna last what 2 weeks if that.
So I'm gonna say a few things. I would if I can't say anything about anyone else's gel. My gel tends to last anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks.
That's it.
I don't have people eating gel. I don't have people eating gel anywhere past that. And I also don't co-sign flavored gel at all. Because it does ferment.
It will ferment, but it won't. It's ferment. I pulled it up. I pulled it up. I don't see answer. I pulled it up, the information on firm and read it and compared a few notes from different places, like from even like wineries and stuff like that. It's not going to. It's in the 30. No.
Right, but that doesn't last forever though. Here's the thing.
No, not gonna last.
So, and it doesn't last a long time either. You have 7 days. If you have something in pristine condition and you have it under 41 degrees Fahrenheit, you will not be dealing with fermentation on day 2, of course. However, 7 days into that process, sometimes prior to that, the process of fermentation definitely does begin. How quickly does it get to where it's stinky and it's visually fermented? That's depending on different factors. However, fermentation does start at that particular point. And if you do not have it refrigerated the proper way, 6 hours outside of being 41 degrees Fahrenheit, the process of fermentation begins. So when does that happen? Because I don't think that people just leaving it out. Julien left out that story, but that's different. Now, if you ship in Seamoss gel that's flavored, and most people not shipping it in the best way, that thing is not going to be at 41 degrees. That thing is going to be at a temperature that is higher than 41 degrees, that is hotter than 41 degrees, and fermentation is going to set in. So I'm not one that's pro flavored Seamoss. I get it because it helps people to get into it, but I'm not with that.
Would you sign off on this stuff? Flavored Seamoss powder?
I don't know what I'm looking at, Julien.
That's flavored Seamoss powder.
So, talk to me.
So
give me a little bit more.
This is Seamoss gel flavored. I don't know what flavor this is. I think it might be mango. Yeah. And so the person made the gel, made it with mango, and then they freeze dried it. And so now this is in a freeze dried state. You just add some water to it, and it instantly makes gel. Like, boom. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have far less of an issue with that.
Yeah.
Far less of an issue with that because my thing is preservation.
This is the preservation, and then it locks all the nutrients. Freeze dried is sick. I have a freeze dryer. It's the bomb.
Somebody said freeze it and ship it overnight. Somebody said freeze it and ship it overnight, but the reality is a regular person who need that every month, they can't afford overnight shipping every month. That's not real.
Yeah.
Ask me about how I do mine.
How do you do yours?
These are blends. These are real fruits in these. Mm-hmm. So this is mango, pumpkin, cinnamon, Seamoss with agave. Mm-hmm. And I ship them to 26 states. Nice. This is pure gel. This thing can be here like for the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Just like this. Mm-hmm. No change. I have Seamoss for months in my fridge. Months. Nothing you think it's fresh. Mm-hmm. So I have to wonder what these people talking about when they say it's spoiled. I don't get it. This thing not spoiled. This thing when you crack this and open this, you get a sweet aroma just knock you because these are fermented now. I have this for about 3-4 weeks. Mm-hmm. See? This is fermented. So when you taste this, it's just like something like a yogurt at the same time, and then you get that sweet taste to it back again. It's just different.
You know what? That's a good point because sometimes the fermentation process is not bad.
No, that's what I'm about to say because everything ferment isn't bad. People thinking about like fermentation. The fermentation reaction in my jar, I set it up. I create the fermentation reaction. I determine what microbes in it, and I feed the sugar. So I know what is being formed. So it's different levels. And people think... So I don't spoil. Mine don't spoil. It won't spoil. Yeah.
Interesting.
That thing will turn alcohol and acid in that bottle. Right. So people think... People say ferment. When you crack this thing, if you don't keep it at a certain temperature, when I mail it and you don't keep it, or if you just crack it as I mail it to you, it will foam right out like a soda. Wow. Because it is highly reactive.
Like kombucha.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of kombucha, so I'm not. No.
So you have to know you have to set up your fermentation reaction. You have to know your fruits. Then I create a different fermentation reaction when I use blueberry and elderberry. That's the pineapple. You see? And then I set up a different one with pineapple and turmeric. Yeah. You see? So it depends on how you setting up your fermentation reactions. They can work. They won't spoil.
They can work towards what end?
Fermented products?
They can work towards not fermented products, not in general. We're talking specifically Seamoss. They can work towards what end? Why is the reason why someone would want to ferment their algae? Talk to me about that.
So you have to remember that, like for example, this now, what we have created with that sea algae, like I tell you can create a medicine and give it to the polysaccharides, you see, to take it to deeper levels in the body that probably bypass even certain digestion process. So you can use polysaccharide to create different functional foods.
Correct.
Or create functional nutrients. You get me? So just the same thing that you see happening in the jar right now, that is going to happen into your gut as well. Whenever you see the microbes in the gut start feeding on the polysaccharides, it's a fermentation process. This is why alpha aminobutyric acid is formed, GABA, and these things are formed. They're acid. Mm-hmm. You see? These are what actually make these things start to taste tarty, sour.
Interesting.
Because important small amino acid chains are being formed.
these are what we call prebiotic.
But what's interesting is saying that is that like all these acids, is everybody is all in this alkaline state, and they're all trying to be anti-acid, right?
But they drinking that apple cider vinegar. They don't know that's fermented. That's to put a hole in your stomach.
That is just fermented product again. But what I'm saying is that we don't understand all the science of these things. That's why we think they are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. That's right.
But you see, once they're coming from plant sources, they are organic acids, and they are different from inorganic acids.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And then acids that are formed from unfavorable microorganisms tend to produce toxic type of acids.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we want to keep out the bad microbes. They form unfavorable acids.
You want the good microbes?
We try to avoid heavy metals because they form unfavorable acids too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
See? Yeah.
But once we can get the acid being formed from the plant source, that acid will be very useful to the body.
Mm-hmm.
And that acid has a way of releasing its weak hydrogen that gives its acidity. It has a way of releasing that quickly in certain environment and become a conjugate base. Now it is acting like an alkaline substance. And this is how lemon juice work. This is how apple cider vinegar work. They can work like a buffer because they can release their acidic protons and behave like a base. You get me? Mm-hmm. So they are not necessarily acid because they are citric acid. They can release the acid from them and call themselves citrate. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And you can give that citrate a calcium to carry into the body. And you call it calcium citrate. This is why you look at the orange juice and you can see it fortified with iron or fortified with calcium. Because they gave citrate, calcium, or iron to carry. So that when you drink in orange juice, you're getting even some extra calcium and iron. So these natural organic acid, they can form conjugate base in the body that is useful, alkalize the body. We have to be careful about things like phytic acid, oxalic acid, like these are in the grains. You get me? Right, the wheat. Because these guys will hold tightly to calcium and form a stone.
Yeah.
So these guys are more dangerous. They're very aggressive and they hold on to alkaline metal tightly. See? But the acids that Seamoss form, they are short chain, very useful, very potent. The prebiotic, probiotic. So what you have in the jar is something that you start already that the gut will also do. See? So it works quickly. Super good, man. It's something like yogurt. Definitely.
I will say this. I'm not beating up on fermentation because there are certain products, small list. There are certain products that I truly do vouch for that have gone through a process of fermentation, but it's a truly small list. Generally speaking, I don't know the ins and outs of your formula, so I'm not speaking on your formula in general. But generally speaking, I'm not really someone who wants to use the drug delivery of algae to deliver fermentation products. I rather deliver a different type of thing for and I'm not against acids either. I just different. I'm just more so when I make my Seamoss, I'm trying to promote a different type of acid. So
different types of acid. Different types of acids.
Yes. So specifically for me, in my gel, and this is really a longer conversation. I just kind of cut it short a little bit just because I don't want to nerd out too much. But one of the main acid that's in my algae is a fulvic acid, which is coming from a natural, a completely natural source, right? So with that being the case, I'm not against acid. I'm not against, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite things in the world is a honey that comes from the Mayan black bee, which is a fermented product that comes from literally their regurgitating of the nectars and things of that nature, and they put them into certain pots to allow it to ferment, and that is the most medicinal honey on earth. So I hear you, and it's a way to go about it if you're gonna do it. I will say 95 or 99% of individuals that may be going about that route are not doing it like you. Through this conversation, you on the top of the list, bro. You towards the top of the list of individuals who know they shit. And you got to know your shit if you're gonna play around with something like that.
If that's better. But look at it, like I show you, this is a cream from Seamoss. I told you I just mix this with castor oil and stuff like that, and you can just add it to your hair. You will see the result. I can even use it to lotion your skin. So you just play around with the chemistry of these polysaccharides. And we use Seamoss to make many other things, even your favorite nut, you can turn it into a butter using Seamoss. You get me?
Yeah.
So you can just use Seamoss to do so many things. I have a shampoo in the refrigerator too that I use Seamoss to make. So I'm just, to let people know
why I have a question real quick before you continue, because that's I want you to speak on this nuance. Why do you decide to put that in the fridge, but when you were so big on fermented items, have you consciously decided to put this in the fridge so it doesn't get to that state of fermentation? Or, you know,
the product.
Yeah.
The product will ferment, you know.
You said it.
The product will not ferment.
Okay.
So you have to remember what controls fermentation, you know. You need to have the microorganism and you need to have sugar.
Oh, so you don't use the flavored ones on those.
So the air product that I made, from Seamoss is an ingredient into it.
Not the flavored one though, right?
But it also has things like what do you call that? Clove. Clove is an antibacterial, antiparasitic herb. You see? So that alone will prevent any fermentation reaction from unfavorable organisms, you know what I mean? And it is free of, like I said, any form of sugar.
Right, and so that means, so to clarify, that means you don't use the fruity Seamoss in that one.
No, I will use things like this, the gel.
Even the fruit's in the gel, but not in the hair product. And he keeps the hair product in the fridge.
Right. No, that's what I was asking. Okay, I understand now. I got you. Right. That makes sense. I was just, because I'm like, hold on.
Right. But the gel now, I can use it to make this, like this hair product.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And like this, and you see, it shines.
That makes sense. I got you.
So you have to set up your reaction in your process. You have to know the chemistry of what is going on. See?
Have you guys ever heard of this product?
What is this one called?
Respiraction.
Respiratin action.
Respiraction. Yeah. So what it is, and I'm only bringing this kind of like we talked about earlier about creating products and stuff like that, right? This is a product clinically proven. We sell it for $28 a ball, just for this little ball. And it's got honey, marshmallow root, fennel geek, grape seed, stinging nettle, sage leaf, lime, black cumin seed, ethereal root, cinnamon, seal root. Then they put water, witch hazel, chamomile leaf, whatever. The point is, these are all natural herbs that a lot of us are working with already. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, why aren't we thinking bigger than what we are? Where it's like, okay, it's one thing to just make a product and sell it, but like, how do we make a product and put it on the open market?
Sure.
You know what I mean? To get it into these health food stores so that you can really start helping people.
Do I have 92 out of 100 minerals?
Let me check the ingredient list. I don't know. But seriously, the company that makes
That's what I'm
this,
saying. Value added product, you know, the next level.
exactly. And what I'm trying to say is this is like some nobody company. It's called Sunforce. Look at their logo. They're just like a regular guy. They have the address. Do you know what I mean? But they invested in themselves. They put the things in place to
The infrastructure.
proper level.
So on that note, have you guys heard about carrageenanose?
No.
Carrageenanose is a product that came out of Austria. This company in Austria called Marine Biotech Med, I believe is what, if you Google that, it will pop up. Marine Biotech Med. This company produced a product called carrageenanose, and they even created a study where they had like this homemade coronavirus, and they actually tested carrageenanose's ability to inhibit COVID. And what it was is they took the carrageenan fibers from the Chondrus crispus or some other carrageenan fiber red algae, and they actually turned that into like a mouth spray, like a breath spray kind of sort of, and you would just hit like a and literally
They modify the carrageenan, right?
I don't know what they did to the carrageenan. I don't.
You definitely do that, man. They always modify it to make it potent like that.
I would believe. I would believe, but
What's the company called?
I would believe they did something. But I don't allow nobody.
What's it called? Carrageenanose.
Carrageenanose. It should come up. It has some studies that they've done. Marine Biotech Med. And they're owned, and again, they're owned by a company in Austria. This is a white company that majority is owned by this white group and these three white older individuals.
So remember agar? So you remember something they call petri dish? You remember petri dishes?
That's where the petri dish come from.
Yeah. Right. So you know that your Seamoss, you can use a Seamoss gel like this one
to make a petri dish.
All right, you can make a petri dish, and then you can take a dropper, right? After you make a gel, you can take a dropper with some of your urine, and you can streak it onto it. And you can put it in different conditions and leave it for days and see what happens to it. You will see different microbes growing out of it.
Real talk.
You see? So you can use it for, I can do the same thing with the feces. See? Use something to stick the feces and then use the feces to treat the gel. You can use it even to assess parasites in the system.
Well, show the one you did, because you must have did that already. Where is that?
But I wouldn't have the petri dish right here with me, even if I'm doing it, man. But it's that thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, like a scientist.
Yeah, like, I'm just telling you something that they can use Seamoss to do.
Now, you know one thing you listen.
You know? Yeah, that's why I said if we have a workshop, then I show you at the workshop.
So one thing, so where's the 92 out of 102 minerals at? We got to find this.
I don't think we should, like I said, we don't worry about it. If you find the one that is on 92, and trust me, every time that you harvest it, it will move to 92.
Right.
Yes, sir? Things will change that ratio.
It could have 1,002, right, bro? It could have 1,002. It's still all about the fiber.
It's all about the fiber. It's going to be all about the fiber anyway.
The fiber and the pigment.
I'm not saying, because many people are very low on things like selenium and iodine. You see, they get the benefit of a Seamoss instantly. You get me? And some very rare mineral like germanium and these type of other minerals, you see? So it's good. Anyway.
You know something, like everybody don't need the same thing. So when they ever see all these old heads, this and that, and like, I don't need all that. Like, I don't need all that.
Right.
So why worry?
And all that. Everybody don't need that. So when you say, I got and it has this in it, like, okay, I don't need that. That's too much for me. I'm gonna try the other species, and people don't get that it's more than one species, and they keep trying to make Irish moss from Ireland and Canada like a Seamoss. Yeah. Or you know, when you read the plant analysis on it, and the plant analysis of Ukima cottony and Isophory and Spinosum and all different species, you'll see it's different. All of them are good, but it's all about that body of water.
That's it.
That body of water.
That's it. You see what I see people doing? They really want to sell their Seamoss, and in doing so, they try to beat down another person. When you should be focusing on the one that you're studying, so that you know the species, you know the growth condition, you know the nutritive quality, you know that it is free from this. You know your Seamoss, but you're focusing on something else, which is actually negatively impacting the Seamoss industry and our world. And we should be coming together, learning the research, the science, all of these type of things. So I don't entertain that sort of thing with them. I keep on learning as much as I can learn. And I consider developing this one product that we have here. And if it's two, we'll work on the second one. And as we sell a product, we teach people about the Seamoss. We don't just sell people Seamoss and leave them hanging. We teach them about the Seamoss.
Real talk. Real talk.
They become like family.
So I have a question for you. On your website, do you list the Seamoss species on your website?
My one?
No, because listen, let me tell you something. When I started talking about different species and I was bringing out purple, cottony and stuff like that, people thought I was crazy back in 2017 and 2018. They thought I was crazy. They said, what's that? That's not real. Seamoss is only gold. I said, what? You know what I mean? Species, that Ficus, all them different species out there. I said, and then now on the day I look and see so many people, now you want to come out, you talking about the same thing that you told me that was fake. And there wasn't no such thing as, now you a scientist on it, and you don't have a clue. The guy is showing Seamoss on his website, on Instagram, look at this, and I'm like, say what it is. Say what kind of species that it is. I know that what you have in your hand, a lot of it comes from over Asia. I know when I see it. That Spinosum, that Ukima Spinosum, you don't get that a lot down in Jamaica and all that.
No, you don't even get no Ukima of such over on that side. You get that Ukima thing on the Philippine side. And I told the dude, like, that's Spinosum. I know. I've seen it before. And then in Venezuela, I had the people in Venezuela, they was messing around in Zanzibar, and they had sent some to me many years back, and I didn't like it. Because that's when first time I seen Spinosum that was purple. And that became a Spinosum that was purple.
Fam, they be cutting that shit too. They'll take that Spinosum, because Spinosum look just like peat moss. Peat moss not even a seaweed. You could get a whole bunch of peat moss for $5, mix that in with a bunch of Spinosum, and now they cutting the shit like it's crack, like it's cocaine.
But
like the High Times magazine cutting the cardboard with yeah, they doing anything. And I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you what this Asian dude told me. I just picked his brain. I was fucking with him, just trying to get him to tell me like this stuff they do that's so bad, but I act like I really wanted the bad stuff. So he was just telling me like how they would process the Seamoss. They would get it, they put it in the machine, they would bleach it a certain way, and they would add, they pick the fresh water, mix it with the, the ocean sea, the seawater, bro. And then they take it, they put a chemical in it. And I'm like, what?
They put an alkaloid.
Yeah, I would say that's what
I was trying to come get some weed. Where you at? I'll pull up.
I'm like, yo, and it's like, I had to text back and forth, they explained it. And it was funny because I was just trying to get the information from them. I said, no, I don't want that good stuff. Then some of the Seamoss, they said, oh, that shit was so hard. It was actually tricky as finger. That's low quality. Like, wow. It is set in the sun too long.
Yeah, dried out.
Yeah, it's dry. That's a low quality. I'm like,
it's called like crispy.
Man, this shit will cut you.
Wow.
Yeah, I like, what I'm saying? I said like earlier, right? It's a lot of stuff people need to learn. Like we were talking about farming a little earlier. They need to learn what farming is and stuff like that. Learn about the water quality. Learn about all that stuff. They don't want to hear that. I had to learn.
And what we need to understand what is around the area where we're taking the seaweed from. We need to understand the land, the terrestrial setup, you know, the buildings that are there, you know what I mean? Because that's how toxins move. Right. Either by water, soil, or air. So even these things are important too.
So,
well, I mean, the platform, like you say, start this platform, and people come in and chime in. You can get the ignorance. You can get the ignorance because people don't want to know the truth, and they want to tell you what's this and what's that. And like I hear it all the time. They don't like talking to me. When I start talking about different species and stuff, they don't talking about what kind you got? I got Countless Christmas. They say I got Irish moss. Let me see, they ain't Irish moss. They ain't Countless Christmas. What you talking about? I mean, they say Countless Christmas. I mean, Irish moss. Maybe it's like you can make it. You call Irish moss, but you know it's different species. But that's like the band. You know what I'm saying? I tell people they told me I was crazy. I mean, for many years, like I'm tripping. I say go back to my post from 17, 18, 19, all that. When I talked about different stuff, you didn't want to hear it. But then you heard somebody talk about it, and they so inclined doing it. They got a little. And they know a lot of shit. They sit there and you talk down on people's business to sell more. And my thing is, stop trying to compete and coexist. Let's learn together. Let's educate. Like the stuff you talk about, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. I'm listening to them. You know what I'm saying? But I know some things, like dealing with the marine biology. They break down like what has more minerals, the rock or the water?
what? Sure.
Again? What has the most minerals, the rock or the water?
The water.
Okay, but hold on. You all agree with that?
So you see the rock varies, you see, and the mineral content will vary. You see? Right. But the sea is the ocean is the sea is the pool that collects all minerals from the mountain, the soil, and everywhere.
The sea moss gets its nutrients and food for growing from the nutrients it gets nothing from the rock.
Okay, so do you believe the sea moss gets its nutrients from the rock, or they just use the rocks or whatever is the bottom of the ocean as an anchor?
It's just an anchor.
They use it as an anchor, man. The literature says that clearly.
But you can't.
They have what is called a sticky talus. Sticky talus. It's for clamping. Yeah. Not feeding. They are filter feeders. They have very thin membrane. They are like filter feeders. As they do this in the water, minerals move across the membrane.
Exactly.
Don't you know somebody told me, he got off the phone with me, and I said, you talking to me like you believe that the sea moss grow out of the rock? He said, no. I said, no, it don't.
It doesn't.
It attaches itself to a rock as an anchor. I said, and I asked this, because he said he goes into the old water and gets it out the water and stuff. I said, you ever see sea moss connected to clams or anything in the water? He said, yeah. I said, okay, so there you go. So that piece of sea moss that's attached to the rock, that's what you telling me? He said,
it will anchor itself to the rock, it will anchor itself to corals, it will anchor itself to
anything. And I got a video, a guy named Tim up in Maine.
I know Tim.
You know Tim? Yeah. He got the Countless Christmas. You watch his video. He's a marine biologist too. I got a black guy and I got a white guy.
I don't think he's a marine biologist. I think he works with some marine biologists.
Well, check him out. He is. He is.
I don't know if I recall that one. I've talked to Tim quite a bit.
Yeah, check him out. But I mean, to clarify everything. But he talks about all the microorganisms, everything. He talks about the rock and how it attaches itself. And I tell people, I said, listen, you go to certain videos, you hear people talk about how it attaches to the rock and where, and this and that. And it's not like it's really taking everything from a rock to be nutritious. But I always tell people, listen, you got different species, find the one that's for you. Make sure when you get it from the water is good. Because you're going to get some sea moss that look good in the water bag, you got problems.
Right. You see, that's why education is important. Stop worrying about certain things. I worry about the heavy metal, I don't want to know if it have all these minerals. I just want to know that they see the heavy metal, the toxins, low.
Right.
It's not.
I can get my benefit, I can get the benefits from my polysaccharides. and I will get some minerals from it. But metals, toxin, low, that's important for me.
Right. Yeah. Also the handling, like how the Seamoss is dried, cared for, and
right. And contamination from moles and those type of things. That's super for me.
The bottom line, I think the bottom line really here is until the point it's consumed, everything matters.
Right. Everything matters.
So would you I had a guy
it's breaking up.
Hell at one time, and like he's like
yeah, you breaking up, bro.
Can you start again?
TikTok no thing. TikTok no nothing.
What about now?
I can hear you now. You good now?
That I came across. He was up in Ireland, right? And he was showing people how they dry Seamoss up there. A big heat, like a fucking dry room where the fans was blowing and the common crystals and stuff was laid out on lanes. And he opened the door and he said, it's like fans just was blowing in there. Like, hold on, isn't there a lot of bacteria building up in this place here? It's like a refrigerator, but it's a big heat room. I mean, do you supposed to dry Seamoss inside of a fucking what you call it, a goddamn heat room? I never seen that until he was in Ireland. What the fuck is that?
What do you mean, the dry the Seamoss?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use solar dryers and St. Lucia to dry the Seamoss.
Inside?
Yeah, so what they are is they're kind of like huts with
no, no hut. This wasn't.
What did it look like? Maybe that's what you were talking about.
A big refrigerator, but it was blowing out heat. It was blowing out heat.
Oh, you know what? I've seen something like that. Yeah,
it's right, but it was like
commercial dryer. So
yeah. I mean, don't the bacteria build up in that smoldering heat and all that?
Maybe.
Thermal bacteria, thermal.
Mm-hmm. Because he was a guy that was against, you can't put the lid on this or the bottle, this on that because of bacteria. And I've seen him do that shit. I said, what the fuck is that? Like, there's nothing natural about that. Dr. Sabi ain't never told you to do nothing like that since you always want to quote Dr. Sabi. It's so many, like we talked about earlier. People quote, they say Dr. Sabi, right? He said kindness Christmas. Yeah, he said kindness Christmas, but he never showed you kindness Christmas. He didn't show you no goddamn kindness Christmas. It don't even look like that. When kindness Christmas ever been thin, skinny? It's not.
But at the same time, I've read in science books that they refer to kindness Christmas as the sort of genius or top level species for Seamoss.
They definitely do.
For real. So that makes me hydrated.
Listen, why you think that? Because Irish is connected to it. You think if it was a black nation connected to
it? Well, they have other species of algae that are in that area that they don't crown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those like adults, for example. Or even the purple laver, like a nori, rich in B12, they don't crown those.
Talk about them because they don't want to talk about them. I know down in Jamaica, y'all got a algae down there that look like a funny thing.
It look like what?
It look.
I hear
a video, but on like a video. It looked like College Christian a little bit, but it's not.
Where was it? What I was talking about earlier was called the fake Christmas or something.
Are we talking about Peru again?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a chondrus. It's in the chondrus family. It's a chondrus that they have in Peru that's in the chondrus family, but they market it as if it's chondrus crispus, but it's not. However, it's in the chondrus family, but it's not at all chondrus crispus. My girl purchased a couple kilos from them maybe 2 years ago, and we still have it. Yeah. No, that's not Chondrus crispus. I done seen Chondrus crispus from multiple locations in the world. From America, not from America, and they ain't never looked like that shit.
Yeah, it's always
But it's not even the color of it. It's just the morphology of it, the way that it looks, the way, and then also too the documents show that that's not Chondrus crispus.
I am Mr. If you want to die, you want me jump out and you put him on?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can put it, but we definitely go and connect though and do some serious work moving forward, alright?
Okay.
So let us connect.
Yeah.
Please.
Blessings, it's a pleasure. St. Lucian.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You're the king.
Thank you.
Brother,
Love, brother. Love, brother.
we can do some great work. And generally, but you know,
Calvin.
let's try something. Let us keep it.
Calvin, you hear what he called me?
Blessings.
General?
What?
He can't even call you general?
No, he called me the king, bro. Why would
I'm the king, man. You're the king, yeah.
I just gotta squeeze that on Kevin and let him know who's boss.
The king of St. Lucia.
I've seen some from Peru that make the same stuff from
Where's
your simple there?
Sorry, no, you're breaking up a little.
A lot of it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You breaking up quite a bit.
Yeah, you're Wi-Fi.
Exactly like the college Christian in some kind of Canada, Maine, and the island. Exactly like it, but it was another kind that they had that was called something else that wasn't the same thing. They was selling two different things, but they had fables. These two are the same thing. This is Chondrus crispus. It's a different species of Chondrus crispus. Does not mean it's not Chondrus crispus. These two are the exact same thing. Sun-dried, dried inside. These two are the same thing. Sun-dried, dried inside.
It's kind of it's super blurry, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh man, if y'all can see it, it's beautiful. I wish y'all can see it. We can see some of it, but it's going in and out. But Chondrus crispus, you can get that from Peru. It's just a different species of it, but it is Chondrus crispus. No, it's a different species. No, it's Chondrus crispus, brother.
No.
Oranges grow all over the world. That does not make it not an orange. No, we're not saying that. Listen, what you're saying is right, but how can it still be the same name? It's going to have to be a different name. No. Apples are apples. Green apples, red apples. Chondrus crispus, it's a different genus. It's the same thing. But it's from a different area, so it's going to look different.
It's going to grow different.
Irish moss is Irish moss. Irish moss is still Chondrus crispus. Irish moss is Chondrus crispus from Ireland. It's also called Carrageenan moss. That's from Ireland. That's Chondrus crispus as well.
Okay. Can I just throw out a big no?
You can laugh, brother. You can laugh, but I actually know.
I'm not laughing at you, Yusuf. I'm just like, Yusuf's on fire, man. Yusuf ain't fucking around.
You're right. I've seen Chondrus crispus from Peru as the same exact one as in Ireland and off of Maine, the coast of Maine and Canada. I've seen it. And it looked exactly like, but I also seen another kind that they had that didn't look like the same. Yeah, you're talking about the long spaghetti one. No, that's Gracilaria. No, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that kind. They got some in Peru that's real long. It's real long. That's not Chondrus crispus. No. I'm not talking about that. That is what I seen. I seen another one that was kind of like, looked like a flower type, but it was different. I never seen that before. They advertise it to sell, but they definitely have Chondrus crispus. I've seen the Chondrus crispus they have, but like when you say two different species, I seen I seen, if you say that's Chondrus crispus, but it's another species, Chondrus crispus is one species.
Can I?
Listen, this like you kill. Listen. This like you chema. Okay, and you got the cotton, you got the spinosum. You know, you got the isoforming. That can be Chondrus something else, but it's not the same name as a different species.
No, brother, you're getting it twisted.
No,
Chondrus crispus is Chondrus crispus. You have different species of that seaweed. You have different species of apple, different species of oranges. It's still the same thing. Okay. You have all different species of mango. That does not make it not a mango.
That's a good point.
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay, so
they're all Chondrus crispus, but it's a different species of Chondrus crispus. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the exact same thing.
They can't how? How can it be the same species?
Bro, a blood orange is still the same thing as the other orange. It's just a different orange.
Hey, listen.
Green grapes, purple grapes, they're the same damn thing, a different color.
Listen, first of all, hold on.
A grape is a grape, god damn it.
Yusuf, take a breather. I have never seen you this fired up.
No, we're not arguing. I am talking out because I'm not on my headset.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not an asshole. I'm not an asshole. I don't want y'all to think that.
I understand what you're saying. So look, like, with the Yakima family, right? So you got Yakima, you got cotton. Everybody knows cotton. Right? So you got Yakima spinosum. That's a different species, but it still had that first name. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's Chondrus crispus, it's Chondrus crispus. If it's Chondrus something else, it's Chondrus something else. It's a different species.
No. Chondrus crispus is what it is. The other species is a different thing. You have it's all Chondrus crispus, but the other names of it, that's what people don't know. You had so many names of different Chondrus crispus species.
It's like leukemia. So you're saying leukemia cottony and leukemia spinosum is the same exact species?
Like you have this right here. You have this. Everybody knows this.
That's leukemia cottony.
This is from your boy up there. This is from my boy.
That's cotton.
Yes. Okay. This is from my boy, right?
That's from him too. Okay, that's sun bleached cottony.
Yeah. So these still fall in the same category as the other ones that look like that. It's gossalar. It still falls in gossalar category.
No, you can't show
me.
No,
you're not understanding.
You can't show me. Listen, you can't show me that it falls in gossalar because it don't. It don't. You're not gonna say that.
Hey.
You're not gonna say that.
So hey.
Wait. Can we go back 1 second?
Who me?
Wait. Mr. Seamoss man. What Seamoss do you grow?
Me?
Yes.
Mostly you Seamoss.
And what else?
Well, sometimes there's a variation of Dulcolaria, but it looks very similar to Seamoss, and it's hard to.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Okay, now that you got that, let's go back. So, real quick, because I ain't said nothing, I just been laughing. Can we go back to the point of Chondrus crispus being in Peru? Because that's not a reality, respectfully. Chondrus crispus only, real quick, respectfully, Chondrus crispus only grows in the cold northern Atlantic waters. That does not mean that the only Chondrus comes from that region. Just Chondrus, real quick. I know, I'm saying it. Real quick. Chondrus crispus is the only one that comes from that area, but there are other Chondruses all across the world. There are other carrageenophytes all across the world, and there is a species of Chondrus in Peru, but it is not Chondrus crispus. You can't find that one y'all could send me that document right now.
Chondrus crispus, like how you just said, it's different species, right? You just said that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You just said what I'm saying. They're all the same thing. It's just a different species up there.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing is all the same thing.
You said it's different chondrus, right?
Yes, I said it was different. I didn't say it's all the same.
Different species of chondrus, right?
Correct.
That's the same thing, regardless how you look at it. Blood urns, red urns, green,
No,
whatever.
no.
It's the same thing.
It's not, because it has a different nutritional profile. So what determines if a thing is
what is that nutritional profile?
Beautiful. What determines if something is different or not is what it is made up of. And the algae that is a chondrus in Peru is not made of the same exact chemical components as a chondrus crispus that is growing in the northern Atlantic waters. It is different, period. And because it is different, because it is made up of different nutrients, it does different things in different people. And that is the issue. Misidentifying the wrong species. That's a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I speak?
Still chondrus. I understand it's different. Look. Anabolic, catabolic. That's the only damn different thing. That's the only thing that I look for. This.
Nah, that's not.
Okay. Hold on.
That's not how that works, bro.
Wait. This helped me lose weight better. So I know it's catabolic.
Okay.
Antibiotic. I'm using this.
No. Hold on, nah.
Wait. I'm using this to gain weight and to put on muscle mass. It's the same thing I do with fruits or vegetables.
So, nah, bro.
All Seamosses do something different. But all the chondrus, they do the similar things. All seaweeds across everything does something different. But chondrus is always going to help you build more than this. Not taking nothing away from this. They all build you up, but this is good when you're flushing out. This is good to rebuild the body.
It sounds like we listening to a 10-second TikTok video, bro. This is what they be saying on TikTok all the time.
No, okay. Can I speak for a second? I think you guys definitely owe Yusuf apology because he is right. I verified it.
Thank you.
Okay, and here's where I have the verification. If you go on to lg.net or lgbase.org, and here I just want to emphasize this. Yusuf is one of the few people I know that spend a lot.
I have all the information. I have the case studies for all of this stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Most of my information that I get, he feeds to me. So, like the information I know, I knew him on the book together. He showed me this website. So, fucking hundreds of media on Seamoss. So, let me just finish here. So, when you go on to lgbase.org and you type in chondrus crispus, right, you will see different stuff. So, there's chondrus crispus, Julius Cassowitz. There's chondrus crispus, Stackhouse. There's chondrus crispus, Thomas. And so these are all different. Chondrus is the genius. And then there's one underneath it.
No.
It's the genus, not the species, guys. I know.
Bro, it's all in the same kettle, bro.
It's like an umbrella. The genus is an umbrella.
If nothing y'all can tell. I got actually case studies on this shit. If you want it, I got it for you. Hey, look, watch this. Look at this. Watch this. I'm gonna put this camera right. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Bro, oh, no, listen. That's the genus, right? The genus right there, chondrus, right? And you see that the species is crispus. See that?
That's all I'm saying. It's basic taxonomy.
Right. That's why I keep saying it's not exactly the same species.
So then what's chondrus crispus Stackhouse 1797? That's a species.
Right.
So when you do a lot of all right.
This type of species is the electrotype of the genus chondrus.
Stackhouse, that term is not a part of the identification of the species. I believe that is a record of a great deal of study because that comes up quite a bit in a lot of different research, Stackhouse, but Chondrus crispus is the name of the species. There's no species called Chondrus crispus stackhouse. That's something that somebody just said.
Right, somebody put their name on it. No, actually it's right here. I see. It says Chondrus crispus. I don't know what that is though. It's right here. Look.
You know what? I got the name of the species from Peru.
John Stackhouse was an English botanist. He primarily interested in spermatophyte algae. He put his name on that. That's all he did.
But it's still a species because he identified it.
Right. Listen.
Thank you, bro. He put his name on it. It ain't the species.
Oh, the white man. That's what he did, bro. That's his name right here. That's his name, Stackhouse.
I have case studies on all of this stuff if y'all want.
I do. Yeah, I want them all because I just it's just not really a thing. I just don't think that's a thing. I don't know that many people who have studied this more than myself, and I ain't saying it ain't somebody who exists, but they ain't made themselves appear in front of me yet.
Well, I'm looking at different versions of Chondrus crispus, and not even Stackhouse. I'm seeing more.
Hold on, y'all both talking at the same time.
They talk about over in Japan, Canada, California, United States, all over Baltic Sea. This stuff is found there, but it's a lot of places. It's like yeah, I got an interview with the dude from Ireland, and he talked about when they migrated to Boston, his family back, forever. They found it on the coastline right there. They didn't invent it. They didn't bring it with them.
All over the northern Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. So when people talk about Ireland is the Mecca, this is where it didn't come from there. It grows there. It's just that you heard about the stories, and if you really dive into the stories and you go on YouTube and look at the history, it wasn't really based off of no goddamn seaweed, no algae. That potato famine was a whole different situation. They didn't even talk about the goddamn Chondrus crispus.
Well, I've actually watched the documentary where they did.
They got famous because they survived off it all with famine. They survived with eating that and milk and shit like that.
Send me, because I looked at a couple of them. I seen one that was real detailed, and they don't really talk about it as much as about what going on, how they survived. People think that they just survived off of this. Like,
they did.
Nah.
No, but in their documentaries though, because I've watched these documentaries that are years old, pre Seamoss boom, and they literally do talk about it though. That I've confirmed. And in addition to that, when I was big on Clubhouse at the height of COVID, I've spoken with people from Ireland who know these stories from their elders.
They still do the original recipes with it too.
Yeah, with the milk and everything.
Yeah.
I got an interview with a guy that one of the suppliers. He was talking about his family history and how they went. Like he said, that it wasn't originated. They know it was there and used it, but when they migrated to Boston, it was there too. So, but you didn't take it with you? He said no, it was already there, and
Who would think to take it, and how would you even die by the time you get there?
No, reason why I said it because I get that answer from them, and he's from there, and he's been, he's an older guy, and he's talking about the history of it. Because people think that stuff comes from there. So once he said it was there, other place, that kills the fact that it's not only in Ireland.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They just have a story behind it, and like I said, if it was a story about Africa, that shit wouldn't last long.
And speaking of, Africa grows a chondrus. It is chondrocanthes. It ain't no Chondrus crispus though. And so it's important to know, yeah, it's a chondrus over here, it's a chondrus over there, but that ain't it. And all this leads back to my initial problem with the whole market, Julien, which is motherfuckers is talking about this is this and this is that and this is this, and ain't everybody wrong. Bunch of one-eyed men walking around here.
They call everything Irish Seamoss. They call everything Irish Seamoss nowadays.
No, they ain't now. They been doing that. That's from years back. They been
100.
Yeah, but like the U.S. basically got on this shit like what 2015, 2014, really? Like really started talking about it.
No, 2019. Child 2019.
Nah, before that, man, before that.
When I was selling it, I started in 2017. It wasn't too many people in Philadelphia. It wasn't many people selling it. You got the garbage man selling it. You got
y'all both right. Y'all both right. Y'all talking about two different waves that took place.
Right.
He talking about the wave that took place towards the end of Dr. Sebi's life and when he passed.
Yeah.
Now you talking about a wave that was even bigger than that wave, which came about from the fears that COVID sprung up.
Okay, so 2014, right? He passed. He was killed, whatever, in 2014, right?
2016 and August, like August 24th or something.
Damn, it was that? Damn, I thought it was later than that.
No.
Damn.
So 2016, right? So I come home in 2017. You know what I mean? People ain't never heard of this shit until Kim Kardashian. Okay, Nipsey Hussle.
No. Your boy.
Nipsey Hussle died, and then people started hearing about Dr. Sebi. Then they started talking about Seamoss. It started growing a little bit then the COVID hit. Bam. During the COVID, you know how many fucking people was calling me because they heard about Seamoss. I couldn't even keep up with. I got it done, but it was so many people thinking that was the cure for COVID. You know what I'm saying? It was so many people, so it got bigger and bigger. Kim Kardashian started talking about it. All of it.
Yeah.
That's when it really took off. You know, the person's favorite entertainer was. She talking about, let's get it. They can be selling you anything. Because like we say, back to the water quality, you don't know where that shit come from. You don't know the history of none of it. You know what I'm saying? They go right there, look up different species. But the genus is the same, conscious. Look at that. That's like some species right there. Yeah.
So who wants to give Yusuf his apology?
What?
Nah, you can send it to me because that's not how you research. I don't just look at something and 3 seconds later agree.
No, that's not. But it says.
Bro, that's not how you research.
What does it say?
That's a good place. Not too many people follow them. I think a lot of their stuff is based in Florida too. Florida has some of the best marine biology.
Algae base got some stuff for sure. But
yeah.
Algae base is the fucking.
You gotta go some layers and just double check everything.
But it's still saying it's different. But it's still saying it's different name after the it's still another name.
Huh? You said it's still another name?
It's still showing another name after it. It's not just saying College Christmas, it's saying something else.
Correct. I see that. However, what I have not done is gone through and actually put those names in and see what comes up under those things.
What's that site name?
Algae base.
He got the
Algae base is where everybody submits the. Like it's verified shit.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be a problem because
it's confusing because there's so many different websites that put their own shit up there and don't ever go to Wikipedia. I can put shit on Wikipedia.
It's like you
look, this one has in Spain. They have Christmas.
Of course, I mean that's the same water. It's not about the country. Naming countries is irrelevant. It's about.
I'm just pointing out the fact.
Period. The northern
they
Atlantic.
have their nickname. That's the nickname of the stuff. So there's the common name, and then there's the scientific name.
Yeah, it's all gonna be in that same family. It's just there's too many books that's not talking about it. And as black people, we don't buy those goddamn books because we won't listen to Dr. Sebi about the shit.
Well, personally, I got a couple hundred books, so that ain't me. I damn near put on a t-shirt niggas don't read.
Right. Not y'all.
Hey, listen, you say you pay attention to what
I love Dr. Sebi. That's my OG.
You listen to Dr. Sebi?
No, I like Dr. Sebi as a person, but no, I'm more of a Lila Africa man. He was straight to the point, and he knew the science behind it because he was a biochemist.
The College Christmas you learned from who? You heard that from who?
What you mean?
Who you hear that from first? Countess Christmas. The same Countess Christmas.
I don't know, but
okay. Because the people who listen, okay, Dr. Sabi, he say
no, I'm not that type of no.
So,
what's the name of that? Algae what?
algaebase.org.
No, hey, send him those websites that I sent you to get all of the free stuff from.
Was it PDF drive?
What it is?
A PDF drive?
Yeah, Peter, dropped out the other one. But most likely, you can put stuff up there if you want to scan books or whatever. You can put stuff up there, and other people put like books up there. But like one of the best places to go, if you want a lot of information on herbs, it's good to go towards like India and stuff like that because they keep a big library of that information.
You know, they tell you about the herbs I had on my website. The people who like provide the paying options for people to pay, they told me I couldn't use their payment options no more because I have pseudo-pharmaceutical on my site. And I'm like, what you mean?
Yeah, they're about to do that to a lot of people.
Hey, my bad, y'all, real quick, not to cut none of y'all words, and I'm actually setting up in the dip. I gotta make a late night run. But what I dropped in the chat is a gift for everybody. And when I say I have hundreds of books, most of them are scholarly articles that you have to pay for, and I didn't pay for those.
Yeah.
I can't even afford as many books as I have. So
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Black Doctor, he actually gave me this website, and then I put it in the chat. It's called skyhub.se. It was made by this brilliant woman. I want to say she's from Kazakhstan. But anyways, she made this website, and if you have the link, the actual URL link or the DOI of the scientific article, the scholarly article, whether it be from PubMed, the National Library of Medicine, or Algae-Based, or Science Direct, or what have you, you can take that information, put it in SkyHub, and get that document. That's how I learned so much, because I was able to read whatever I wanted to read for $45 for access.
You had consistent, huh?
You know, we 5-figure discounted that jump. But it was a pleasure. I mean, a deep pleasure. Like I said, I came here ready to roast my boy Julien and his brother, who I said, do not come on this live. We're going to get that smoke. But shout out to your brother, man. Shout out to everybody that was on here.
Where you from, man?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, you're from Chicago. Where you from?
Philly.
I kept trying to figure that out. I kept trying to video, I drive a lot, so I go to all those places a lot.
Did that explain that headgear you got on? That's why you holler like that.
I like Chicago, bro. Y'all got a beautiful head. But god damn, y'all tripping down there.
Man, y'all come
I'm from New Orleans, bro. I'm from New Orleans, so
Louisiana.
No, I'm glad that we all could get together and
It's about
remember who the king is, though, eh?
On
that note,
Yes.
much love.
But
keep it with me.
you want to go to Peru.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, I'm gonna bring on what's his name real quick, and then I gotta bounce too. So we're gonna give us 10 more minutes, and because I gotta drive. I got a friend who was waiting to go home from 8 o'clock.
Oh man, this guy is. He probably was on for about 2 hours. He was on for a minute, aren't you?
Yeah, no, he's been on it since the beginning. That's Calvin. We met because he was trolling my brother on some stuff that my brother had posted. my brother put some stuff where, you know what I mean? It was just some general knowledge. You know, my brother's learning this stuff, right? And so he ripped into him. And so my brother calls me and is like, this guy's after me. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, hold on. He's like, no, don't do anything. And I'm like, too late. All over. From day one, bro. And then so we got into this big debate and stuff, and then we started talking, and he's a cool guy, and so you know what I mean. We were just like, yeah, like let's do a live stream. And so for the last week, we've been trying to link up to do a live stream because he is passionate about his Seamoss, you know what I mean. And I do agree with him on the level that more people need to be pushed into understanding. But remember when I asked you the question, like, do you put your Seamoss, the name of the species on your website? And you were like, no. And that's exactly what I told him, right? And he was kind of like, oh, that's just a weak thing to say. And, you should be.
But, like on my website, I do have Yakima cottony, but I don't have the other species on there because people don't even know what Yakima cottony is.
This is what I try to tell them. I'm like, some people don't care. They're happy. It's like weed. No one cares. Some people don't care if it's hybrid or sativa, and a lot of times that shit doesn't fucking matter, man. Bro, I used to have a dispensary.
It do when you're smoking. You be like, one make your stomach feel giggly, and one make you paranoid. Like, what the? I want to know.
But here's the thing. Even with a certain strain, sometimes it would hit people differently. You know what I mean? At different times that they take it. And so someone would be like, I love sativa, and all day sativa. And other people are like, hell no, I'd never have it. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no right or wrong. It's what works best for you. There's your gel there, eh? Yeah. But Yusuf, you were getting heated, bro. I've never seen you show like that. You're like, no, that's hell not.
No, my headphone wasn't working. I got it working now.
No, it was working. It was working good.
No, that wasn't my headphone on at the time.
What was that?
That was just the phone.
Yeah, he was just shouting in the phone so we could hear him. That was funny.
The algae base breaks down the components of the actual species, like what's in it, like.
No, I don't think it does any of the nutrients, but there's a lot of information, literature on it, on different stuff. You can find different books and shit. I think they have one too with the location, but then there's also different sub-sites. Like even if you go to the bottom where it says algae base is sponsored by, you know what I mean? You have these different organizations that are similar to the algae base.
I have a book I want to send you to. It's called Electric Culture.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. Says Mike Guillory Wright is the founder and director of the Algae Base Project. He is a graduate of University College Cork and the University of London and has carried out research at the University of Portland, the University of Melbourne in Australia, and St. Francis Xavier University in Canada. He has published over 260 books and papers on various aspects of seaweed, freshwater, and terrestrial algae. His professional interests are in algae databasing, taxonomy, and semantics, and sustainable use of seaweed resources worldwide. He was the recipient of the 2010 Award of Excellence for the Physiological Society of America contributions to algae research and communication. So that's a pretty, you know what I mean? These guys aren't some nobodies. It's a husband and wife team because his wife Wendy is the principal at the Algae Base Project. A graduate of University College Cork, she has taught in London and worked as a instructor for informational retrieval. Wendy is a research analyst or assistant at New Eye Galloway since 1979 and has worked on the Algae Base Project since 2000. So this is a project that's been around for like 22 years.
This we got this picture Julien when he was talking about Gracillary, and you got to point me and show me where Yakima cottony falls in the Gracillary category.
It was
No, I'm not saying what I was saying.
No, me. It was me. I was saying, yeah. I read. I'll find it and I'll go on it. But when it was in.
Like when you look up red algae, you're gonna find both of those. I'm not saying they're the same, but they're close, similar to any other species like that.
Okay.
But most people, when they sell that, it's always a blend of two because they can mix. It's always a blend of two. Most people get Seamoss from Jamaica, and if you know Jamaica got so many different Seamosses. Why? Because it's hybrid. I don't want to say hybrid, people gonna kill me. But it's a mixture of two. It's no way in hell they supposed to have condoms over there looking like that. You ever saw that Seamoss from over there?
I mean, that's natural. You can't argue with nature.
No, I know. But they don't have their Seamoss in a database nowhere. Some of that Seamoss isn't even on. It's no database. There's nothing about it.
Because it's like a new species.
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
intersect.
Species, and I tell people you shouldn't take that because you don't know if it's good for you to eat yet. And then if you don't know where they get it from, especially if they get it from polluted water, probably you about to die because Seamoss takes out heavy metal out of the water. It attracts radiation. It feeds on that shit like crazy. So if you take Seamoss from a messed up environment, you're gonna get a headache, like splitting headache.
Mm-hmm.
That's why before you got on, we talk about the water. The water quality is a whole lot. So where you believe the Seamoss gets nutrients from?
Not the rock.
Okay. That's all you.
It's like a sponge. That's all you meant to clean water.
That's all you had to say. Now,
that should be like the litmus test to see if you're cool or not.
Yeah, you pay attention.
But you got to keep the piece of the rock on it though, because that's how you know. No. Wait, you know I'm on it. You got to keep a piece of rock on it, because that's how you know a diver would have got it.
That's how you know it's real.
That's how you know it's real, it's not fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everybody showing, I got a piece of rock. You got a rock, but you don't know what farm it is. But it's on the rock. So don't you? So basically, what you saying? You kill the ecosystem. You help kill the ecosystem. That's what you're saying. That's why they got laws in place that you can't go down there and pull it up. You got to clip it. Come on.
That's too much.
They're crazy.
Too much.
They got dive, but they can't show you none of they dive. Your diver gonna walk right in that 3 feet of water and gonna pull that goddamn seaweed out.
You know like on the boat. You know where he went at. Come on, he can't. When you talking about he going out again, he can't pull that down. He going to jail. He getting fined or something.
Don't back up with the bands and shit.
That happens. But that being said, it's getting towards midnight, and
but Julien, you gotta send me that Gracidaria information because we were just talking. Okay, I know what you're saying.
yeah, I'll look it up in the next couple of days and just reach out to me, and I'll send you the link. It's in some paper where they kind of say the genius is this, well, it's something where it kind of says well, there are many different types of subspecies and stuff. The scientific genius or top level is considered for all red Seamosses Congress. Now, they didn't say Congress Christus, they just said Congress.
Right.
Yeah.
Just tag me in when you going back on. We can have make sure he got his earpiece on this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm normally loud, man. I'm from New Orleans, right? That's how we speak to each other. My bad.
But my thing is, how can people argue with something that's naturally growing? You can't say that something everywhere around the world, everything don't look the same.
Mm-hmm.
We can't man it big because they did something. No, it's just where it grew up, growing there. It grows bigger.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody they get farm eggs, farm vegetables, farm fruits, but farm Seamoss is bad because you don't know where it is.
Thank you. Why get farm Seamoss? Because you know it's growing in good water. You don't want Seamoss out of a goddamn gun.
All it is a piece of the actual Seamoss, and they grow it to Listen, the people live off of that stuff.
Everybody get their mushrooms that was grown inside a goddamn building. Everybody.
On a piece of bread.
All piece of shit, because that's what they grow up with. No mushroom growing on shit and you eat it, home-raised mushroom.
I like my mushrooms in the wild. I only eat wild caught mushrooms.
Well, so eat those mushrooms from the wild and don't wake up.
Hey, look, this is the funny part. You know these people sleep watching this and people done tag them and like, look what they talking about. And they gonna go on, they gonna be tagging, going into your messages and start, sending stuff on your posts and all that.
Yeah. These people, Dr. Sebi said this.
Yep, he said it. He was also selling that same Seamoss.
Right. He also was the man that told you don't mess with Miranda, but put Marina in his product.
Well, you gotta see which product he was, because he was duped. So you got no people who put certain things in their stuff and use his face.
No, I'm not talking about before all of that. But it's like Dr. Sebi shitted on a lot of stuff. I understand, bro, some stuff he said was but he was some of that stuff not bad.
But you gotta remember, so he was taught a certain way, so he's gonna stick to the system. It's like doctors. They're taught to give you medicine, and it's bad for you, but he was taught a way that's gonna help you. But there was other things also that wasn't included. I mean, he was a great man. I can't say he wasn't, but some people might agree with everything he said, but he had results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had results. It's just the two that they tried to get together, him and Layla Africa, they didn't see eye to eye. Because one coming from the science point of view, and he can show you and tell you this, and the other dude arguing about alkaline shit.
Do you believe all science is real? It's true?
No.
Me, I was thinking science, they can make whatever they want to say in science and make us believe it. So what we got to do, we got to keep on searching and looking for the truth.
True.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell. That's what I'm trying to tell him, to get on electric culture. When you get on electric culture, that's gonna lead you straight to the truth.
I'll have to check electric culture.
And this is big. All right. Electric culture. Look it up.
Listen, I'm already following everybody, so you make sure you follow me, and I'll follow you back.
Yeah, I am.
And we keep in contact, so when we have these platforms, we can get these know-it-alls and show the proofs, because they still can't prove the 92 out of 102 minerals surviving that stuff that they selling. And,
look on the periodic table. I don't know what they think they eating from that, but I don't think you're eating mercury. I don't think you're eating all that synthetic shit, and I damn sure don't think those 92 minerals consist of anything that has radiation in it or poison. So if it's 92 minerals, then you got some bad shit up in there.
Yeah.
Might be 92 compounds or other shit, but it ain't minerals.
Right. Well,
I don't think they got gold in that shit either. Or Colorado silver, I don't think they got. They might have red mercury in that shit. I don't know, but you're gonna die if you eat.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so when we come back, whenever you gotta set up.
We'll try and do this next week.
We'll elaborate more, teach people what farming is. We'll talk about the water quality. We'll talk about the species.
All right.
Now, you too big on water quality, though? I'm talking about like water in the house and everything.
Right. I mean, that water quality. You can't be getting no Seamoss from where it's goddamn a resort at and all boats in the water and everything. Come on, that's Asia all day. They got 1,000 boats in the water.
Yeah. True.
If you look good at some people's products, they package it, they say they get their Seamoss from such and such. You look at the package, a little right on the back. I seen one dude to make out Seamoss from somewhere. I looked on that shit, said Vietnam. I said, he's lying, motherfucker.
The Seamoss comes more brown. Brown is dry.
That's because I was telling them that shit's so sharp that it cuts you. That's because that's a low quality, they leave it in the sun too long. So the quality depletes. That shit is so hard. I went in the store one day, what's the vegan store? I said, what kind of Seamoss I got over there? I said, a big pound. They said, oh, that's Irish malt. I said, man, that's fucking Julien spinosa. I said, what the fuck are they talking about? I can't with myself. They don't even know these species. They're just selling this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear that. Like, they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. Like,
you follow this?
I didn't try everybody's Seamoss. Like, I wish I shouldn't have, because some of that shit gave me stomach ache, like headaches. But I tried.
You gotta follow. Dude, that's the end of the day.
Yes, some of that shit, they just not getting it from good water, bro. Like, heavy metals out this world.
Right.
Radioactive material, all type of shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. You never know what you get. That's why you gotta trust the source. Make sure you buy from the king.
Do you make gel? You make gel? You make gel?
No, I make gel for myself. I'm a graded person. Julien?
Yeah, you just make gel. Listen, I see some people with labels on the gel, and everything is zeros, like 0% this and that. I'm like, well, how the fuck are you selling Seamoss? Everything is 0%. You talking about per service? That's wrong. So even nutritional facts is wrong, because if you pull it up, you'll find ash, you'll find iron, you'll find all different types of shit, different ones. But what I found about Calamus crispus was it had a higher sodium content than a lot of the other ones did.
So what I think a lot of these people are doing is going online and finding there is a nutritional label, but it's for Calamus crispus, not for you.
Exactly. I don't know. They don't have that input. So the way I get it is from when they do the plant analysis. Like I got the Calamus crispus plant analysis. I got the Julien plant analysis. I got the spinosa. I got all of them. But then it's based on where it comes from. And like you said, like the Julien is big in St. Lucia. They grassland grows, but he explained to me about like, you ever had the isoformy?
What?
What's that?
You ever used the isoformy before?
The guards. Sorry. The Julien is it for me? Yeah. See. Pardon?
When I showed that species on my post a long time ago, they was like, that's fake. You know what I like about the isoformy? It don't grow as much. It's real aggressive. The Julien is aggressive towards all that stuff, so it don't grow like that. Mm-hmm. But when they charge you way more for it. But one thing about that isoformy, when you blend it, no matter how thick it is, it's going to be jelly and it dissolves. So when you make it juicy, it's real smooth. You can shake it up and it's just smooth. But that cotton, if that's
how does it look? The one you're talking about, it's more fat, more.
I believe the cottony is the one with the longer flange, and the Isa for me is the one with the shorter spikes. Am I right?
But you can't confuse the isoformy with the spinosum. Spinosum is the spikiest. It's spikiest. But the isoformy, if you go to my DM me, I'm gonna send you a picture of the isoformy.
I think
I got some downstairs dry. I got like 150 colors of isoformy. I just use it in my juices. I don't use it as cell gel. I use cotton. You can't cotton for the gel.
You don't deal with the Grassolari at all?
I had Grassolari back in like 2018 from Jamaica. It's real skinny, and I didn't like, it didn't produce what I wanted to produce.
Yeah. I don't really. I mean, I'm not shitting on Jamaica, but I don't really like the Seamoss from over there. They might kill me for this, but I don't really like the Seamoss over there. I don't understand why it. I don't like it.
Listen, but you know how many undiscovered species of everything out here, it's something.
They just selling it. Oh, this Seamoss, let's sell it.
No, it's just I seen shit like some of this. I'm like, that ain't what that is. But to learn what it is, that might be one that has more benefits than the others.
Yeah.
But the science, we're gonna wait for the scientists to go. Oh, let's delve into this and just say what this is and what it's not. But people think the Cadillac, they all Seamoss is Calamus crispus. That's because that's what they had documented. They're all based on a white man, though.
So kind of stresses is good. They just both they supposed to be used for different things.
All right, so
like
let's talk about this. All right, real quick. When they talk about full-grown Seamoss, do you think people that's growing, that have these big things, growing full-grown Seamoss is selling to little people like us? They selling to big corporations, Briar's Ice Cream, Colgate. They sell because they use it in there. They're not selling it to us. And then you can't even tell the difference. You gotta
they sell it to big companies, but they sell it to niche groups of people, like more local people in restaurants that want it.
Yeah, but they're not using it for the nutritional value of it. The nutritional
they are. They are too. They because they use it in different things. God damn, that's ugly. But they use it in different things. Maine is big on it. And when they say pool grown, it's not pool water. It's water being pumped from the sea and going in the tanks so it can move and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the point right there.
Mm-hmm.
Green, purple. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's a green one though, yeah. But that's something.
But yeah, they grow a lot of pool stuff in Maine, though. And it's not pool like people think, like pool with salt in it and chlorine water. That's what people think. It's not like that.
That's bacillary right there. Look like.
No.
But
This is what I'm saying. Garcilaria.
The ones that's growing in the tank?
I can't see. Yeah, okay. Make that closer. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I seen that before. It do look like the other Garcilaria too. Somewhat. It just got a little spikies.
This is what I'm trying to say to you, like before, like how sometimes Garcilaria can grow and look like Euchaena and vice versa. And in St. Lucia, most parts they just mix it all together.
Yeah, but what's called the guy, he was saying like the Garcilaria don't grow as much because the other stuff is so aggressive toward it.
That's true.
I said, damn, well, I ain't no plants be fighting.
That's what happens, man. They overtake it. They gotta. If you put two different sea mosses closer together, they will actually grow faster because they're both fighting to compete for the nutrients.
It's like growing seedless watermelons. You can't grow seedless watermelon unless it's an actual seeded watermelon in that field right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you grow seedless watermelon from a seed. Just giving some good advice to people. When you grow it, cut anything else growing on that vine, cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Bend that vine every so often. You gotta bend it. The same thing you do with an tree. You bend that branch a little, break it a little, cut off the leaves. It's gonna keep putting more nutrients into the urn. It's not gonna grow seeds. So you can make seedless things. Doesn't mean that it's a hybrid or genetically modified.
Just the way it's grown.
You can do that yourself. Yeah.
It's just altered a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't do it.
So what about they use that chemical that they're using in gout medications.
I don't know about that. But you know what, bro? I'm gonna fall asleep soon.
See, man, you got on the live at the wrong time. I want to hear what this man got to say.
Oh, shit.
When y'all coming back on, man?
I don't know. We could do it tomorrow if you want.
All right, yeah.
Or next week. You know what I mean? It's up to you guys.
Man. We gotta find a day. I think for everybody to agree on, come on and talk in the evening. You know, now when people at work, people to chime in with their bullshit, because you're gonna get a lot of people who disagree.
No, I be trolling too though. I be trolling on Julien page, so they ignore me when y'all on the live. I be trolling a lot.
Yeah.
From the rock.
But let go because I gotta drop my friend off and I gotta get home. I gotta get some sleep for tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta pack Seamoss.
All right, man. Where you at? You at the well?
Right now I'm at the condo. I have a condo.
Oh man, this man got a condo. All right, man. Goddamn.
Yeah. You want to see it? It's nice. I had my friend come over and help me clean it, so now I can actually show it. Before I couldn't show it. It was so messy.
Oh
All right, so yeah, let's talk soon, guys. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. And that's another thing too. I gotta end the live stream because we're getting onto the 4 hour mark. We've been doing talking CMOS for almost 4 hours now.
Damn, man, it was 4 hours. Oh man, I done missed everything.
I know.
I thought it was 2 hours in.
Oh no, I started around 8.
Hey,
It was.
damn, see, bro, I got a lot of stuff. Man, there's no way to send it though. It's too big of files to send that shit.
What do you mean?
Just put a number. Just email or something.
Like the books.
Oh, you know
You know
what?
what I'm saying? It's gonna be too big for the email.
I'm gonna create a Google Drive folder, and you can upload it to that, and then I'll share that folder to people.
Okay.
Okay. So let's end this now because otherwise I'm gonna ruin the show, and I want to keep this thing. This is a good live. There was a lot of great knowledge in here. Thanks so much, guys, for sharing it. All right. Peace. Don't forget to take your CMOS. Alrighty, that was a crazy live stream. Just gotta finish, log off on TikTok. Bye TikTok. See you guys. Thanks for watching. And now I gotta go on to a restream. See you later, restream guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and we'll be back soon, hopefully.